this 50mm diameter pipe, you get it stock standard everywhere. I have cut into it here because of the paint level, the old paint. I had to sand it a bit so I could fit the joint over. And there's the old connection which I had to close, and it goes off to the wetlands, which I showed you last week. Oops. Just to explain to you about a little bit about this system is, so here is the toilet, and here's the shower water, the bath, our bath, and it's all used to go together into the drains, which mixes with the sewage. And with this slight detour, I was able to redirect the water to a wetland, which is, allowing me to save copious amounts of water every day. So this is an air vent for the toilet, so which allows the smelly air to get out through the top. This one is for the basin. There it is, it's going into the wall, and that's for the shower. This connection, which I started making a little T-piece, will allow me to connect into this branch and save now the shower as well as the bathroom basin, all the water from there. So here we go. We have a typical drain here, which again uses the same 50mm diameter pipe. As you see, it's a bit caked with old paint. So the thinking is obviously to pre-plan where your water is going to go. So in this instance, I'm planning to take this water through to the garden, which I'll explain to you later. So you get a few elbows and connectors that you can, go up, down, and underneath the bricks. So a good plan can save you quite a bit of work and a lot of extra necessary trips to the plumbing shop or the fitting shop or the builder's warehouse, wherever it is. So once you've planned and you've measured and you've measured and you've planned, then the plumbing itself is pretty, the cutting is pretty quick. So here it is, real time. There we go. Now that we have our cut, the next step would be to sand this guy down because it's got quite a lot of paint, so you could attach your next fitting. So the two simple fittings that I'll explain to you is this little guy. Now he's got a standard thread to a garden hose, although with this kitchen water you'll block this entrance up pretty quick. So I wouldn't recommend, but if you have bath or clean water, or you have a good sieve that catches lots of bits, you could go to this attachment and you could run a pipe down into your garden. But as I said, with grey water, there are two things to remember: that you got to have a decent size so the water can flow, and then you got to have a good gradient. So gradient is important. So the lower I cut, the lower I'll have to go underground to keep the 3 degrees gradient flowing down, allowing the water to flow down. So it's important to notice that, and it's important to understand that, because if you have a pipe going absolutely straight, eventually the bits and pieces will clog the pipe up. You have to have a 3 degree gradient, just slightly 3 degrees, allowing the water to go down, always down. You cannot take the water up and down because that will block it up. It has to go down and down and down. Okay, so as I explained, this is pretty simple. This you can fit straight over. And now you have an attachment that allows you to either take your pipe, so this is called a busher. So you do get this male, which is this version, and then the female, which is the thread on the inside. So I don't have the female, so I'll use a male and another male. And you can basically now, so, and then you can obviously take your pipe to go through your garden. So this is not a thick pipe, it's 20mm diameter. As I said, it's not going to work with kitchen water, but if you have a bath or a shower, it's perfect for that, and you can take that water easily with a flexi pipe through to any part of your garden, as long as that point is down or to your wetland. When it comes to kitchen pipe, we have this attachment and this guy. So this guy connects straight onto the 50mm pipe. Okay, you don't even need to have glue because it's a pretty snug fit. With grey water there is no pressure, so this will be perfect. And then you've got this fitment that will go through with a much bigger pipe. So this could take the water from the sink, the kitchen sink, with bits and pieces straight to a special spot in your garden, which I'll explain to you in a while. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you are renting and you do need to cut in, you can fix up the system with this attachment. It's a straight socket and it connects back to a 50mm pipe, so when you're leaving the place you could reconnect it, and you obviously push that through to your old attachment. And with a little bit of PVC weld, you glue this all up and the system is as good as new. If the pipe has been painted, you can give it a fresh coat of paint, so the owners of the property would not notice, you know. And it's easy to ask for permission. It's easy to I don't know what the saying is, but you know what I mean. Yes, I'd like to answer a few questions a few extra questions that the readers have asked. So, is it expensive and complicated? Well, you know, this cost me, I think, 20 Rand, and 10 meters of pipe is probably another 200 Rand. So, no, I can't consider this as expensive, providing that you will save copious amounts of water. Time, well, it was a few minutes of my work, and now I'm saving every single bath or shower water, which now I can take to my fruit trees. So, you know, I wouldn't say that took me a lot of time either. Yes, it obviously does take time to build up a little wetland, and I'll be talking more about it in a while. The one I showed you last week, as I said, that took me 3 hours with 2 guys, and we had that complete. So with one guy or you alone, it will take you a full Saturday or one Sunday, and you'll have the wetland complete in one day. How sustainable is it? Well, 10,000 liters of water a month saving, I'd say that's pretty sustainable. It's a pretty good return on investment, and yeah, with the new water restrictions, the price of water will go up, and should the rain continue not falling in Johannesburg and other places around Africa, the government will push the price probably about 10 to 20 fold within a year. Capital layout, as I said, you could go for different systems. The trick with this is that it got to go straight to a tree or mulch pit, and if you do want the cleaner water for your vegetables, you got to push it to your wetland. So the wetland cost me under 2,000 Rand with plants. In 2 to 3 months you'll pay the system off. Where do you start? Well, you start at the exit of water. Yeah, you check where the water comes out. It obviously gets a lot more trickier if the outlet is underground, and I have one of those, and I've got some special secret that I'll be sharing with you in due course on how to get the water from that low level out to a wetland. I have mentioned the siphon pump, and hopefully I can show it to you soon. Right now, I have a very special announcement, as I have been planning this for 7 years, and I'm going to be running my first workshop on the 12th of December. I'll be sharing how to construct a wetland, more intricate plumbing, and a bit of rainwater harvesting techniques in tanks, as well as storing water in the ground. So if you would love to learn more, I would love to teach you. I have some awesome knowledge to share that I've learned in California and New Mexico, and all the years of researching water and having built 6 wetlands already. I have quite a bit of knowledge to share, and it actually is bursting to come out of me. So 12th of December, diarize the date. I would love to see you. The workshop is going to be in Johannesburg, and in the next video I'll be sharing with you a bit of more information about the workshop, as well as some stories from other readers that have been posted in the last couple of weeks. So scroll below, leave a comment, and let me know what you're thinking. Or alternatively, go to my website www.alosha.co and leave a comment there. Click a like button or thumbs down. I would love to know what you're thinking. Namaste. Have a great day.